At this time, I want to invite the spouses to Honorable Cyrus Jirongo to come and give us the tribute. The three moms can come up here. Let's appreciate them as they come. Karibuni.
Good morning, church. God is good, and all the time. Thank you. It's not easy to stand here to talk about a beloved, so I will read my tribute. Today we gather here with heavy hearts in honor of the life of Cyrus, a beloved husband, father, grandfather, brother, uncle, friend. Words are too small in moments like this. This is because of the pain of the sudden loss. Because the pain of the sudden loss is deep and overwhelming. We did not expect to say goodbye so soon, and our hearts grieve with shock and silence of the absence he has left. Cyrus was larger than life. The tragedy that took him, the tragedy that took his life, he was a man who loved, who worked hard, who laughed, who dreamed huge, who cared deeply for those around him. To me, he was a loving husband, a protector, a friend, and to the larger family, Cyrus was a source of strength and support to many of us here today. He was dependable, kind, and present when needed. The Bible reminds us in Psalms 34:18, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Today we lean on this truth. God is not distant from this pain. He sees every tear, sees every unanswered question, and holds every shattered heart, especially the hearts of us, his beloved family. We may not understand why this happened, but we trust in God who understands us. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says that God has placed eternity in our hearts. That is why goodbyes hurt so deeply, because love was never meant to end in sudden separation. For those of us left behind, Cyrus's life continues to speak. It speaks through memories, through lessons learned, through love shared, through the impact he made. His love did not die in this sudden departure. It lives in our hearts and for those who loved and knew him. Jesus reminds us in John, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. I go to prepare a place for you." This gives us hope, not the absence of grief. This gives us hope and not the absence of grief, but the presence of assurance that death is not the end. For those who trust in the Lord, it is a doorway into eternal peace. And to us all, let us honor Cyrus by loving more deeply, intentionally, and forgiving freely. And to our children, Cyrus, we want you to know how deeply he loved today and always. Your father was very proud of you. He loved you. And words cannot fully explain the love that he has shown in his care, his guidance, his protection, and his dreams for the future. Even though you cannot see him now, his love for you has not ended. The memories he gave you, the lessons he taught you, and the prayers he prayed over you, over your life will remain with you forever. No accident can take away the bond between a father and his children. The Bible gives us special promise in Psalm 68:5, which says, God is the father to the fatherless and a defender of the widows. This means that God himself will watch over you. He will walk with you through every tear, through every question, in every step ahead. When you feel weak, he will be your strength. When you feel afraid, he will be your peace. He will be your peace. Your father would want you to keep going on, keep learning, keep dreaming, keep believing. He would want you to be kind, generous, and hopeful. And whatever you miss in him, remember his love never dies. He lives in your hearts forever. You are not alone. God is holding you. Your family is surrounding you, and your father will always be a part of who you are. To Cyrus, khona ni mirembe xipenzi xanje.
Good morning, church. God is good. That morning, early in the morning when Anne called me, what she was speaking and telling me through the phone was totally unthinkable. For the first time in my life, I could hear my heart pounding in my ears. To read his tribute, we are not able to encompass Cyrus in just a page. In fact, we would need a book, Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3 to be able to capture exactly who Cyrus was. I will read my tribute. My name is Christine Nyokabi. CJ the Man, that is what they called you in the early 90s, a name that perfectly captured a personality larger than life. To the world, you are fearless, bold, and courageous, unpretentious, and unapologetically honest. You spoke the truth without hesitation, and people listened. Your charisma drew people effortlessly, while your outrageous, unforgettable humor and booming laughter announced your presence long before you entered a room. But to me, you were much more, Cyrus. You had the biggest heart of anyone I have ever known. You treated everyone you met with the same warmth and respect, whether powerful or humble, rich or poor. Your generosity was instinctive, and your empathy for the less fortunate, deeply genuine. I cannot count the number of people who came to you with their problems, and you sat, listened, and moved immediately to help however you could. I was constantly amazed by how you came alive when faced with obstacles. You relished a challenge, and even when bruised and bloodied, you never backed down. You fought to the very end. Your love of life was infectious. You had an incredible ability to make light life's challenges, even in the most perilous times. And in your presence, we always felt safe. Meticulous and tireless, your work ethics was impossible to match. Once you set your mind on something, you pursued it with passion, discipline, and zest. You were a visionary, far ahead of your time, often seeing what others could not. Even when people failed to understand your vision, you pressed on, trusting your instincts and staying true to yourself. You lived life at speed, always a few steps ahead of everyone, leaving the rest of us trying to catch up. Through you, my world expanded in many ways I never imagined. I met people from every walk of life, cutting across the economic, political, and social spheres. You connected effortlessly, bringing together an extraordinary range of personalities who might never have crossed paths. Your influence was wide, your impact undeniable, and your presence was unforgettable. Cyrus, you never said kwaheri. There was so much more to do, so many plans yet to be realized, and so much left unsaid. I will miss your loud voice, your infectious laughter, your crooked jokes, your wicked sense of humor, your company more than words can express. You will be deeply missed and never forgotten. Your legacy lives on through your children, and I promise to remain strong on your behalf, carrying forward the love, the courage, and the vision you lived by. Rest easy, Sarah. You are and always will be a legend.
Good morning, church. Bwana asifiwe. Yeah, my name is Anne Lanoy. I'll read my tribute, and then